So I wanted to do a quick video on all the LEGO Star Wars sets that are retiring at the end of 2024. I'm going to go down through this list and also give my initial thoughts on which ones I like for investing, which ones I don't like for investing. Same thing as always, there's no guarantee of retirement on this list. This list is from Brick Fanatics. It is going to be updated throughout the year. There's also no guarantee that you're going to make any money on these sets. This is just strictly my opinion. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the retirement list. First one on the list is going to be the Tusken Raider. $9.99. It came out at the beginning of 2023. I typically don't invest a whole bunch in Brickheads. I know Brickheads have a pretty good track record as far as growing in value. This would probably be one of the better ones, if anything, but I typically don't do a lot of small sets because, again, I've said it in a lot of videos in the past, it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of sales to sell off all these small sets. Good set if you're wanting to invest at a smaller dollar point, in my opinion. I think this one will do better than most. It's Star Wars, it's the Tusken Raider, an iconic figure, so I think that will all do well, just not for me. Number 2, Millennium Falcon. This one I think will do well. I don't know if I'm going to invest super heavy in this one, but it's the Millennium Falcon. It's kind of a midway point between the high-end UCS Millennium Falcon and then some of the lower-end Millennium Falcons. The price point is nestled right in that $169.99 range. This one I think would do well. One thing I would always keep in the back of your mind is try to find sets, especially in this economy, at somewhere between 30% or more off if you can, if you're really looking to try to make a profit on these. That's just a little bit of a buffer to give you a little bit more of a safety net when you are getting ready to sell these sets to try to make some profit. Mos Eisley Cantina came out in October of 2020. This is probably the one I'm most excited about on this whole list. This is an incredible set, incredible line of minifigures, just a beautiful, iconic set and iconic scene. $400, so it's going to be a higher price point. I don't even have this one yet. I haven't even built it, so I'm actually going to be purchasing this to build as well. This has got a lot going for it. I think that this one will do well, in my opinion, over time. Darth Vader helmet. Will it do as good as the TIE Fighter pilot helmet? Probably not, but it's Darth Vader. It's an iconic figure. So if I was going to grab a helmet or two, Darth Vader is going to be up there on the ones that I would pick from. So $80. It came out a couple years ago, mid 2021, but it's iconic figure. It's Star Wars. I think a lot of people will want this helmet in their collection. So this one is a yes for me. The UCS, I guess, R2-D2. It came out in May of 2021. It retails for $240. This is a really nice set. Do I think it's going to do amazing? Probably not, because there are a lot of R2-D2s. They just came out with another one that's a little bit of a smaller version of it, but I think it might do well. I'm not going to invest heavy in that one though. Next is the AT-AT. $850, came out at the end of 2021. This one is a very expensive set. I actually have a copy. I haven't built it yet, but I have one. The thing you got to be careful with these large sets, especially something that's $850, is you have to sell that for probably $1,200 to $1,500 to make your money back, pay for fees, plus have some profit on top of that. So there's going to be a very slim market for people that are going to buy this after the fact. Are there going to be people that will want this after the fact? Absolutely, but it's going to be slim. So this is one that I will not probably invest in heavily or at all. This one here, I would caution you if you are thinking about investing in it. Obviously, you're going to have a lot of money tied up. You're going to have a lot of space tied up with it being so big. So just be cautious with this one. I doubt they're going to run a discount on it. Most of the time with these UCS sets, they don't. So that's another drawback for this one. But it's something that, if there's a big deal on it, then it might be worth it. Obi-Wan Kenobi's Jedi Starfighter, $30, came out August of 2022. That is one that I am not going to invest in. Cool set, but just not for me. Luke Skywalker's Land Speeder. This one came out in May of 2022, $240. I've already built this set. It's a cool set. It's definitely not the coolest UCS set that there is, but this is a solid set and something that I think will do well. I foresee this one kind of getting into that like UCS Y-Wing territory. $400, $500 is probably what this one will do over the course of 3 to 5 years. So it's a potential. Boba Fett Starship Microfighter, $10, came out beginning of 2023. That one's not going to be for me. 501st Clone Trooper Battle Pack, $20, also beginning of 2023. I'm not going to invest in this one, but if you can find a good deal on this one and you want to get in at a lower price point, this is probably a good one. There's a lot of army builders out there. The battle packs just tend to do well because people always always want the clone troopers and the different army elements. So this one I think is something that will potentially do well if you can get it for the right price, but just not for me on this one as well. Pirate Snub Fighter, $35, May of 2023. Cool set, not for me on the investing side. The TIE Bomber, $65. We're getting a little bit better on the price point. Again, this is also a very cool set, but it's just not going to be something I'm going to invest in unless there's just a great deal on it. Mandalorian Fang Fighter versus TIE Interceptor, $100. So I like this price point a lot better. This one also came out last year. This one, again, I'll keep an eye on it. It's not going to be something I'm looking at very closely, but I'll watch it. Clone Commander Cody Helmet, $70, March of 2023 is when this was released. This is a cool set. This will be something that I will watch. If I can get a good enough deal on it, I will pick up a couple copies. I've invested in the helmets quite a bit over the last few years as they've released. I'm not going to put this one over the Darth Vader helmet, so that's one I'm going to be most paying attention to, but it's still a good set. It's still a good character to have a helmet for. So it's something that I do think people will want to add to their helmet collection later on. The Princess Leia helmet, same thing, $70, March of 2023. I'm going to watch this one. This is something that I think I will invest in a few copies of if I can get a good deal. These next two are both dioramas. Emperor's Throne Room diorama, Endor Speed Chase diorama. Emperor's Throne Room is $100, Endor Speed Chase, $80. I invested in a couple of the ones that retired at the end of last year, the dioramas. I'm going to do the same thing on this. I found a good deal on those. That led me to pick them up. I don't think these are going to be incredible, but if you can get a good enough deal, I think these ones will be solid. So I will look at trying to find a deal on these ones. The Guard Gunship, $140. That's a good price point. Came out September of last year, so it's retiring pretty quickly. It's a cool set again, probably just not something I'm going to look at very closely for investing. Executor Super Star Destroyer, $70, came out mid last year. This is one that I really do like a lot. I love the look of this. I feel like this has got a little bit more of a collectible side to it. It's a smaller scale, which I think a lot of people will like for display. Just a cool set overall. So this is something that if I can find a really good deal on, I'm definitely going to be picking up some of these. Ghost and Phantom 2, $160, came out September of last year. This is a really cool set. I have not built or picked one of these up yet, but I like the look of it a lot, and I believe it is pretty popular with the Star Wars fans. It's a larger price point, which is good. So this is one that I will keep an eye on if I can find a good deal on. So definitely something I'm going to watch. The Jedi Temple, $40, came out June of last year. I'm not going to really look at investing in that one. Ahsoka's Clone Trooper Battle Pack, same thing as I said with the other Battle Pack. Keep an eye on it. This might be a good one for someone that wants to get in at a lower price point. Yoda's Jedi Starfighter, $35. Not one that I'm going to be looking at. The Spider Tank, $50. Again, cool set. Might do well. Not one for me though. Mandalorian's N1 Starfighter Microfighter, $16. I'm not going to look at that one either. The New Republic E-Wing, $110. Better price point, so something that you might consider. If I can find a decent deal on it, I might, but one that I'm not super into, so I'm probably not going to invest in this one unless there's just an amazing deal. The Rebel Base for $170 came out August of last year. This is a cool looking set. It's got some cool minifigures. I like the look of it. It's kind of got more of a nostalgic look to it. So this one, if there's a good enough deal on it, I might invest in this one. It's something to keep an eye on at least. The next three, the Darth Vader mech, Boba Fett mech, Stormtrooper mech. I actually have built my son has built the Darth Vader mech, so we have one of those. But none of them I'm going to look at investing in. They're smaller sets, kind of same thing I said with the other set. I don't think there's anything overly special about them from my viewpoint, so not going to really be looking at those. And then the last one is going to be Chewbacca. Comes in at $200. This one is kind of controversial because, you know, there was a lot of controversy around the way it looked and especially its face. I, for one, definitely did not like the look of the set when I first saw it, but it is a very unique set. It's cool, and that's kind of the interesting thing is a lot of times the weird sets that have a lot of controversy are the ones that really go high up in value. So not to say that this one will. A lot of people, again, don't like it. So I think it probably will go up in value a little bit, but more for the controversial sides. And maybe potentially Lego will discount this one because of the trouble of getting rid of it off the shelves. So it's definitely one I'm going to watch. I might pick up one of these, maybe two. I haven't built it yet or anything like that. Definitely don't necessarily want it for my collection, but because of the controversy, I'm going to watch it and see if there's something I might pick up. But that's it. That's my thoughts. That's my initial thoughts on the entire Star Wars list. take it for what you will. Let me know if there's any sets in there in specifics that you're kind of watching for and maybe what the reasons are so that we can kind of all learn from this list. Keep an eye on it. There are some good sets retiring at the end of 2024, but that's all I have, and I will catch you in the next video.